welcome to Chess Talk. I believe it's episode 225. 225.
Is it?
Yes, that's a good number. It's just three of us again. Hello, I'm Cody. Brittany's here.
Hi.
Rob is here, far away.
Yes.
So far.
Rob and I are playing chess. I'm going first. Let's see if I can break my 5-game losing streak.
Turn the light on.
5-game not winning streak.
Turn your light. That's
We don't-
starlight on.
Jesus.
That's the point of it.
I didn't even remember. I don't think it does it anymore. I don't know how to... What the fuck?
There's like a... Let me see.
I don't know how to what the fuck.
Bring your glass over. I'll make it work.
Bring your glass. I have
Glass.
a decorative Death Star ice cube we got from Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
I think it burnt out
But we never used it. How could it burn out?
because it's shitty.
You're shitty.
Yes.
Ugh. Fuck you.
Why would you do this as soon as we start?
I just remembered. I'm sorry.
So yes, 5-game losing streak. Let's keep it going. We're going to talk about some movie, some TV, and what we've been up to. So let's get into it. Let's start with you, Brittany. What have you been doing this week?
What did I do this week? I don't know. Friday night, a friend was in town, so I went out with friends. And
Molly. Rob.
yes, Molly.
Okay,
We've
Molly
talked
was in
about
town.
Molly before.
We have?
Yeah.
She's a real human person.
Yes.
Molly was in town, and that was awesome. So I went downtown for the first time in years.
Probably a year.
Probably. I don't know. But it was great. It was fun. I hate going downtown, but I like seeing Molly.
Aside from downtown adventures, did you do anything else this week?
I went to school.
Yeah.
That was a waste of my time
It actually
again.
happened.
It was still a waste of my time.
Yup.
Bought some things.
Yep.
For
You
myself.
watched more baking show.
I did watch more baking. That was
Yes.
fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
How
make
was it?
some. It was good. I
Wrong.
want a guy to win for once. The ice just like exploded.
You're on season collection 3, right? Which is like season 6. of
Something like that.
Baking
I don't
show.
know.
Yes.
Sure, yeah. Sounds good.
It's all fucked up
But I am making breadsticks now because of it
for Thanksgiving.
for Thanksgiving.
Baller.
It's just, I like baking. I have cookies that are going to be made after this.
They're setting right now.
They're just chilling. They're not setting. It's not a custard.
They're setting.
Fuck.
Anything else you've done?
I don't remember.
Okay, what's up, Rob? What have you been doing?
Let's see. Just working away, doing the work stuff. See, it's Monday through Friday. Starting to get in the mental state of buying baby things, so cribs.
Do you want me to
strollers.
Is
cut
that
that
being
out?
announced?
No, it's fine. Yeah, I've been telling people. My parents are
Okay.
going to find out next weekend.
Because it just hasn't been talked
Sorry.
about on the podcast, so I didn't know if you wanted to.
Oh no! Okay, let me start back over
Yeah. I was
from the
like,
beginning.
people are going to be very confused.
Yes. Okay. Let's. So, well, we're having a baby, which I know you guys know about, but now the rest of the viewers listeners can.
Woo! This is the first time hearing of this.
It's
This is
the first-
genuine excitement.
First and maybe only Chess Talk baby.
Just,
Ooh. Rip.
yikes. Anyways, we're just like getting in the mindset of having to like buy and look at baby stuff, so like strollers, cribs, car seats, the fun stuff.
Yeah, the
whether or not we're
exciting
gonna do.
things.
You don't have to
Yeah,
answer
yeah.
this right now, but do you know the gender yet?
They're
Is
not
it
going
too
to
soon?
find out.
And-
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
They
because
told us that.
I want to buy you guys stuff.
Diapers.
I like buying baby clothes. They're so cute.
I am of the mindset of it's a baby. It doesn't care what color clothes it's wearing, and if someone is confused, we'll just be like, "Yo, it's a boy," but it doesn't matter because it's a baby, and they don't care.
But there are
So-
these really cute like baby boy button-ups with ties connected to them.
Girls
and
can rock
Get-
that.
Girls can rock that. She can be a punk rock
she could
baby.
be Avril
you know?
Lavigne baby.
That's right.
See you
Okay.
later.
Anyway, continue.
Yeah. So like that the whole thing, and then let's see, that was a couple days ago, and then 2 days ago, I found someone was selling a HTC Vive on Reddit for $225.
Wow.
And I got it down to 200. So I have a Vive being shipped out tomorrow from Florida.
Have you seen the new Boneworks? That's a Steam VR headset.
Yes.
Okay.
For the
Yeah,
better
I don't know what
days.
that is.
They all work together though. It's okay.
Did you see the new Boneworks video?
Yes, I've watched everything I can about Boneworks so far.
Okay, I didn't know if that like inspired you to like hunt down a Vive.
It didn't inspire me, but it's been definitely a driving factor. And then the Half-Life Alyx thing is kind of like, oh shit, that's like that. Part of me thinks that the guys at Node are involved a little bit.
Yes, I saw on the most recent Boneworks discussion thread. Hey, we're talking about Boneworks and Half-Life now.
Yes.
That the lead developer, I believe his name is Brandon. He's in like all the Boneworks videos. Like he's talked about being at Valve. Specifically, and like he isn't developing anything for Valve, but he's definitely there like consulting with them about like what they're doing and how they're incorporating like the physics and things like that.
Part of me wants to say that this is something in the video I watched. Someone was talking about how Boneworks is more like a tech demo / platform for inverse kinematics and kind of like what they're doing with Boneworks, and what they're selling to us as consumers is more like, hey, so what's possible with VR? Here's a little game to play that's fun. You get sandbox. But I think the real goal is to sell that tech to or license that tech to other companies. So I think it'd be fucking brilliant because it is a beautiful piece of kit.
That's what I was wondering too after watching the most recent video. I was like, are they going to take this and sell it almost like a Unreal Engine kind of thing, where they just like, here is our physics engine. Use this in your VR games.
Yeah.
Because like, go ahead.
I'm saying I'm willing to bet not to Valve specifically because Alyx is using Source 2, but I definitely think there is going to the consulting thing is very real. Because I think there is, regardless of the engine used, there is a lot of commonalities between what your game should do.
Yeah, because it's all kind of the same technology, essentially. But seeing in the most recent Boneworks, just like how they could knock out an enemy and fold them up into a locker, like they were stuffing a nerd into a locker. I was just like, what the fuck is this game?
Yeah,
that's so detailed.
That was, to me, that was like one of the killer things. I'm like, fuck yes, like that is how it should be. So I'm just excited for that. I'm excited for that game. But
about,
yeah, so I got the
Alyx. Are you, because I know the whole I have tried playing Half-Life 2 and I just couldn't really get into it. But I know when Half-Life 2 came out, the entire reason it was so popular is because of how far they pushed the genre and sort of this idea of gaming in general at the time with FPSs and storytelling. And so with Alyx, I know it's like they're doing the same thing again, but with VR. They're saying, this is what you can do with VR, and we're going to show you how you can do it well. So how do you feel about it?
Hold on, let me unpack that real quick in my head. So I think, yes, I think the reason why we've not seen any Valve games in the Half-Life world is partially due to that. I think Half-Life 2 plus the chapters were so wildly successful, they were never lived up to the hype, and so to live up to the hype, they had to do something even bigger. Like they had to go bigger than traditional gaming, and so VR made sense. I think that's probably a fairly good statement. Personally, I want more Half-Life story.
Yeah,
it is such a rich place to go and explore. Like this alternate future that we could have that's like absolutely terrible, and there's like these intergalactic potential things going on. So I'm excited for that. But yeah, I think VR is going to be a killer app for this, and the fact it comes out in fucking March, like 5 months from now, like that is immensely a short period of time. Most games are like announced a year before they come out.
Easily over a year.
Yeah. But I think that it's probably a very calculated thing to have such a short time period, because I don't think the expectation here is everybody's going to have a VR kit to play it right away. I think it's more to build the buzz like very rapidly.
Yeah, this is the reason to get VR, I think, is why they're trying to do it with the Vives and the Vive Index coming out. It's like, hey, you want to play VR? Here's a great game that we just developed that you can play.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm excited for that. And the next thing I was going to say before we jumped into this game conversation was the kit I bought for $200 doesn't come with controllers, and I've been torn because on one hand I want to get VR controllers so my parents are here so I can show them, hey, this is what VR is. Check this out. This is a really cool thing. My computer, I just did a test for it, can run it on like the highest settings, so that's not a problem. So I really want to get them immersed into it. But on the other hand, to me, one of the biggest things I've wanted is the knuckles because of the finger tracking and the inside-out tracking, or the better inverse kinematics with the base stations. So the fact that it comes with Alyx, I think I'm going to end up just getting the knuckles and just have them use the kind of headset alone while they're here. Because look at the gist of it.
Yeah, they'll see the world that is VR.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that. I'm just I don't know. There's a lot of games I want to play that are out already, like Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades, something like whatever it's called.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's like one of the games that's really fun. I think that we'll enjoy.
It was that game, and it was like not Might and Magic, but it had like Mount and Blade. I can't remember what the other game was, but people were talking about in the Boneworks thread specifically how the 3H VR and this other game, like they really pushed the boundaries on physics, and this Boneworks seems to just kind of be following the same sort of trend.
Yeah. There's definitely a few games that are really embracing the physics-based world, and I can't appreciate that enough, because to me, that really, even though you're in your physical space, like in our world, when they allow for that kind of interaction to take place with different items you have in your hands that aren't real, it makes it more immersive to me.
Yeah.
Even with like the very brief stuff that they did for Boneworks, where he like bashes through the door with his shoulder and like strafes out. Like to me, that is like the quintessential, like we've come over the uncanny valley of VR, where now it's like we are in that world.
Yeah, I think an even more obvious example is how very early on in that video, there's this like crate or this like warehouse like stack that they need to get over, and he finds a chair inside the warehouse, brings it over, and stands on top of it, and then like can get up on top of it. It's just like VR is what everyone wanted open world gaming to be like, is complete control over everything.
Yeah, and I think once you get to the point where you have, you don't have to use inverse kinematics, you can actually wear maybe different pads on your elbows and your kneecaps and your feet, where it can track your leg movement as well. That'll make it even better, because like think about now with that kind of interaction with the chair, he had to kind of jump on top of the chair. Just the idea of stepping up means like, okay, I can actually step up onto that thing.
Right.
And to me, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's been VR talk.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. Has that been your week? Is that the highlight? Is the baby shopping and the VR?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. And then budgeting, just being like, shit's gonna be expensive, yo.
You mean you haven't done that before this?
No, we have, but like, no, like we had a rough idea, but now it's like, okay, we like, in terms of like childcare, like the cost of it here is just it's fucking stupid. But it's
pretty stupid everywhere, just to be fair.
No, like most places, it's pretty close to what our rent is
per month.
So per month,
that's day rate.
Yeah, per day.
I was hoping per year, but
no. It's all kinds of stupid.
That's why you don't move 1,000 miles away from your family, so you can have your family watch them for you.
Listen, I agree, but you know what? It's this is where we're at now. But side note, to help the income, Madeline, I have suggested to her that she learns
take a third job.
Come on, pick up the slack, woman.
Yeah, she pivots over to oh my god, my brain's not working.
Coding.
Thank you.
You talked about this,
yeah. So today we were going to start it, but she's downstairs cooking right now, and I told her that if we start recording, not to come up here. Well, because I don't want to
kitchen. I'm recording.
Yeah. I'm with my friends. Leave me alone. No, just so it's easier for us to finish this, and so then afterwards she'll probably pop on for a bit to like kind of get an intro course in what is programming. What do we really do? Are we just monkeys on a keyboard for 8 hours a day?
Have you ever used the website Udemy?
That was actually one of my tertiary choices, because work gives me Pluralsight, but I've noticed that Pluralsight stuff doesn't have a lot of intro.
Yes.
It's a lot of like, programming, here's a new technology to learn.
Yeah.
So yeah, Udemy, I actually put a Twitter post, and Udemy is one I think that came up a couple times, and then
I've used that a couple times now, and I recommend it.
Yeah, it's for her. I want her to have a really good foundation of programming. I think for me and my learning from CR College in Northern California to finishing at ASU, it wasn't a really good experience till the end. So I want to try to like give her that good first step so she understands a lot of the concepts better. She's smarter than me, so she probably will. But I just want to get her the best opportunity to adapt to this new potential career.
Right. Yeah. No, I think Udemy definitely does a good job of the instructors on there. If they have an intro course, they're starting from the basis of nothing about this, and we're going to teach you everything from the ground up.
Yeah, that's where I want to go.
Sounds like a fun week for you.
It's been fun, yeah.
It's been adult. It's your turn, by the way.
I'm still thinking.
Yeah.
Cody, how was your week?
Thanks. I was wondering if I had to do the same thing 2 weeks in a row.
I saw your face. I knew.
Yeah.
I was waiting for that whole conversation to end.
I mean, what are you talking about? You were leading the VR headset gaming discussion.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, if you're
You're
listening,
why we had that.
and you didn't hear Brittany's audio, there must have been some glitch in the
Cody,
recording.
how was your week?
It was pretty good. Work's been pretty busy. I'm still studying for my next exam, but I'm at a good pace, and I have enough time now where I am able to relax on some nights. I played some Spider-Man because right now PSN is doing like their Black Friday sale, but it's for an entire week, and so all of the Spider-Man DLC is half off. So you can buy all 3 DLC packs for $12.50, I think it was. So I bought that, and I literally haven't played it in over a year, and so I'm not burnt out on it anymore. And it seems like each DLC pack adds new collectibles, new story missions, new side missions, and new challenges. So it's like doing the same stuff over and over with like different objectives on it. So I feel like if I had rushed right into the DLC, I would have been like, no. But now that I've had a year, I'm like, okay, I can 100% this, because now when I look on Spider-Man right now, I have the platinum trophy, but it still says 62% on Spider-Man.
There's so much stuff now.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So now I'm like, fuck that, I'm gonna beat it, because aside from the DLC, the other 2 non-DLC achievements are beat the game on New Game Plus and beat the game on New Game Plus Ultimate difficulty. So essentially, I just have to complete all 3 DLCs and then beat the game on New Game Plus on Ultimate. And then I'm back to 100% on Spider-Man. Easy.
Easy.
So easy. I'll do it. I don't think it'll be that difficult. So I was playing that. I haven't watched episode 3 Mandalorian, but I do want to touch on that I'm annoyed with memes about Mandalorian.
How dare you?
Because I don't even feel like I need to preface this, that they're spoiling the show with the memes.
Yeah.
With the Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was...
Okay, first of all, it's not Baby Yoda. It's a baby Yoda species.
Yeah, whatever. But it's called Baby Yoda. But that was like the reveal of episode 1 and like the cliffhanger of episode 1. And now it's just everywhere. So everyone knows instantly like there was another one of these Yoda-esque creatures in the universe. So I am mad at the internet. I'm taking my stance.
Ank man yells at TV.
So I haven't watched that, but I did start watching Watchmen. I watched 2 episodes of that, and that is actually very good.
It is. It gets better.
How many episodes have you watched?
We're up to tonight's episode, so after this, I'll probably go watch that if Madeline will come upstairs to work.
It is a lot heavier than I anticipated.
Yes. Yeah, the first 2 episodes. Yeah.
Definitely with like the racial tones. It is. It again, just heavy. The very first episode, the very first scene is something I'd never heard of, but it's based on real events. Is the Black Wall Street massacre, like
Tulsa race riots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that, and just the fact that the vigilantes, like the enemy vigilantes, are like neo-Nazis. They live in a trailer park that's called Nixonville, with a huge Nixon statue. Yeah, it's just a
Weird. That's a weird choice. I feel like there are more racist presidents you could choose.
It's because of this alternate history. Like that was one of the last starch Republican presidents.
Okay.
That's why.
So like Nixon had his fucking issues, but I don't think he was like a known racist.
Well, he had like 3 terms. He was like a universally acclaimed.
Okay, in this
president.
world.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was gonna say. I think in this world,
like thinking in the real world, I'm like,
no, don't do that.
Why not fucking
wrong?
I don't know. God damn.
I was gonna say. I think in this world that he served for longer than a normal president, and that's why
because
he won Vietnam.
3rd term. No, he was able to at some point before Vietnam get his 3rd term, whatever that amendment was, overturned, and so he got a 3rd term.
He FDR'd it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because that's what happens with wartime presidents, I guess.
Weird.
But, I mean, so aside from that, it's a lot better than I was anticipating. I'm loving the score. There's so much of it, and I'm so happy with it. Because it's Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. So I just...
Finch. Oh, no, I'm thinking of the book.
Nope.
Did you say Finch?
Yes. In my head, I almost did that. I was like, no, it's Ross. I didn't say it wrong. I don't know. It adds so much depth to the show, I feel like, with this score. And like they do have some modern tracks as well, but it's very few and far between with the score. And I don't know. I definitely think it's a show that we need to watch out for. Talking to you, Brittany, because I have a feeling it will be talked about at the Chess Talk Awards.
Really? So I need to watch it, you're saying?
I would say yes.
Do I need to see the movie first?
No.
Okay, good.
It has nothing. It can add context, but I've seen the movie, and I'm still pretty lost with like these subtle references. Like with Ozymandias and his storyline, I'm like, where the fuck is this coming from? So
I think if anything, you should read the comic book.
That is less likely to happen than her watching the movie.
But if you, I'm saying if you're gonna do one or the other, like do that because it doesn't follow what the movie did. It follows what the comic book did.
Yes.
That's the squids that fall down from the sky.
Fuck, that was so weird.
Yeah, so the context for that, further episodes kind of go into a little bit deeper for the people that don't know what the fuck that is. But if you read the comic book, you'll understand, like, that's what's going on.
Probably not.
No.
Sorry.
But
I'm the worst.
I was telling Brittany about it, like, this show so far, like, it does some really weird things very subtly, like the squids, and just, like, these different sort of takes on this alternate world that I'm really confused about, but it's so just kind of like background noise that I'm not being like hit over the head with it. I'm just like constantly like, well, why is this happening? Like, what does this term mean? Like, I was literally like Googling these terms that they were using. Yeah, like that specifically. I had to Google because it's like, okay, they keep referencing this and I have a vague idea of what this means, but I need to know specifically.
What word?
It's like reparations.
Reparations.
Oh.
Yeah. It's merging of two portmanteau. Of two words to say that Redford gave the black people reparations
if they or their descendants were part of the Black Wall Street massacre.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah,
reparations.
I know what reparations are. I'm like Redford, like
that was the president.
Yeah, he's
Redford.
He's the president.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
He has a cameo. Yeah, he has a cameo at some point in this show.
Yeah, alternate history. It's interesting.
I mean, let's be real here. We have a TV show host as our president now, so it's not that crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, are you knocking The Apprentice?
This should be an easier pill to swallow.
I'm definitely not giving it any praise.
So I watched that. I enjoyed that.
I hate this world.
I know you do. So I think that'll do it for my week. So do you want to talk about Knives Out really quick?
Yeah, let's get that out of the way.
Spoiler free, please, because I really want to see this.
Yes.
I would say, yeah. I do want you to see it. So Brittany and I saw an early screening of Knives Out. Thanks, Regal Unlimited. At the end of the year, I definitely want to tally up how many movies we've seen with this unlimited plan.
Yeah.
So we saw Knives Out early. By the time this podcast is out, you can go see it. So I would say go see it.
Because it comes out Wednesday.
Yes.
Yeah.
So by the time it's out, go see it. So we're going to talk about it, spoiler free. But still, I'll put timestamp.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so cute.
Timestamps in the.
One more time. You got. I know you can do this.
Got it in one.
Don't take another drink.
Got it in one. Check the description of this podcast episode for the timestamps if you don't want to hear anything about the movie.
You better not cut any of that out.
Fuck no. You and I.
What?
I'm worried to say anything though with Rob on. But we were conflicted with the end of the movie.
I overall liked it. I'm going to
Yes.
say that. I want to
Yes.
preface it with that. I overall
Okay.
very much enjoyed it. It's
Yes.
very much a genre that I love.
And I had a lot of hesitation going into it as a Rian Johnson movie
Yes.
after Last Jedi. And I am
I think
pleasantly
he
surprised.
did a very great job.
Yes.
The directing was great.
Because he wrote and directed it. So
Yeah.
I think he did fine. Yes.
When he has control over his projects, I think he does well.
That's
but
fair.
we were still conflicted
Yeah.
with the...
Some of the choices of the story.
Yes.
That's all I'll
Okay.
say.
I would say that
That's
as
fair.
well. And you wanted to touch on...
I'm a big fan of the mystery and murder mystery detective fiction genre.
Go back to episode, I think it's 121 of Austin Talk, where we talk about Murder on the Orient Express.
Really?
Yeah.
You looked this up?
No, it's the episode after Eddie left, and Eddie left on episode 120.
How do you remember all this shit? What the fuck?
Because, I don't know, Eddie leaving is a very
I know,
monumental
but like,
episode
how do
to
you know
me.
what we talked about after?
Because we went to Austin and we saw Murder on the Orient Express and Thor Ragnarok.
I don't remember those all things happen at the
Because
same
it was
time.
at the Alamo.
Anyway, I'm a huge fan of detective fiction, and I wanted to like go over the rules of fair play that were established in 1928 when this was a very popular genre. It's not so much anymore. I thought they were interesting because I think Rian Johnson did a really good job of not breaking any of these rules.
Did he go read through them first?
Okay, so the first one is the criminal must be someone mentioned in the early part of the story, but must not be anyone whose thoughts the reader has been allowed to follow. Yeah, makes sense. All supernatural or preternatural agencies are ruled out as a matter of course. Not more than one secret room or passage is allowable, and such a passage may only be in a house or building for which it is appropriate by age or purpose.
Huh. I didn't know that was a rule.
Interesting.
They're interesting rules.
Yeah.
I'm going to preface one of them with it was in 1928, so I'm going to say it exactly what it says, but then tell you just what it means as a trope. It was 1928.
Uh-oh. I'm getting my bleeps
It's
ready.
number 5, but this is number
Me a
4.
monocle.
Number 4, no hitherto undiscovered poisons may be used, nor any appliance which will need a long scientific explanation at the end.
Okay, that's fine.
Number 5.
Here it is.
Yeah.
I was like, that wasn't as racist as I
I
thought
said
it
it's
would
number
be.
5. No Chinaman must figure in the story. It just means
That's
no suspicious minority.
Oh,
That's fair.
okay.
Yeah, it's a
That's
trope,
fair.
but like it was 1928. That's the exact rule. But it's just no suspicious minority.
That's fair. No, that's fair. I mean, like, yeah.
Yeah, because I think the person that came up with these rules knew like what kind of era they were in,
Yeah.
and they were like,
They're-
they're gonna go for the most obvious suspect, and everyone hates this kind of person.
Yes.
These
very
people of
fucked
this
up.
this certain color or ethnicity. Yeah, that makes
Yes.
sense. I mean, they're very woke back in the 28s.
Some people.
Yeah.
All right. No accident must ever help the detective, nor must he ever have an unaccountable intuition which proves to be right.
Okay.
So he can't just have a good hunch.
Okay.
That's not fair. Because the rules of these rules are meant to like help be accessible to the reader, so that the detective can't just like they want the
Yes.
readers to be able to figure it out too, based on the clues presented, not like something hidden.
Okay.
Not too. They have to be a good writer to make it not too easy, but they don't want to present anything at the end that was never addressed before that couldn't figure into the answer. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next one. The detective must not himself commit the crime.
Okay, good.
The detective must not light on any clues which are not instantly produced for the inspection of the reader. There can't be like a hidden clue revealed at the end when the detective's like revealing what happened.
You have to walk through the experience.
Yeah, like when he discovers the clue, you have to see it too.
Yeah.
The stupid friend of the detective, the Watson, must not conceal any thoughts which pass through his mind. His intelligence must be slightly, but very slightly, below that of the average reader.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotta have a dumb friend.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Last one. Twin brothers and doubles generally must not appear unless we have been duly prepared for them.
So what is that one?
The Illusionist? No, The Prestige.
Yes.
Yeah.
They broke that fucking rule.
Yes,
but I still
they
like
did.
that movie.
Spoilers.
That one's
Super
more of a
broke it.
movie about magic than murder mystery.
But it kind of was a murder
Yeah.
mystery.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know. They broke that rule.
Motherfuckers.
So I think that for the most part, this movie does follow all of those rules. Mm-hmm. But there are a couple where it's kind of wiggly on because of the way they told this story.
Yes.
And that's all I will say.
Yes.
I thought that the humor was not over the top.
It was very enjoyable.
Yes. Like this isn't a spoiler, but Anna de Armas, that's the actress.
Yeah.
She plays a nurse that is from another country. I don't know who it is.
They don't reveal what country. They just say a different country every time they reference where she's from.
Every single time the family talks about her, they say she immigrated from a different country. Yeah. And so there's just like these subtle things that aren't really like the main point of the joke, but are just in the dialogue that proceeds throughout the movie that I thought was really well done.
I think the strongest point is the family dynamic. I think they got a good cast that isn't like such an ensemble cast as you'd expect, but still like a slightly ensemble cast. Mm-hmm. Like it wasn't, like basically like the Avengers in a murder mystery. There was one Avenger. I just think they all played off each other really well. The dialogue for the family was consistently so good. Oh, it felt like such a real family.
One character that wasn't in any of the marketing that showed up was Bill from It.
Oh,
little kid. He was in it, and I think his character was definitely really dated and like really timely, but it's funny.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say about it.
I don't think it's a spoiler. Like, he is just a shorter Ben Shapiro.
That is his character.
They made him look like Ben Shapiro.
He is a mini-me Ben Shapiro.
It's hilarious.
And one of the characters is going to a very liberal art school, and so they have a couple back and forths.
Yes. It's very funny.
But aside from all of that, definitely a good movie. Was falling asleep during it, but that is no fault of the movie. That is me being 100 years old and not able to stay up past 9 fucking p.m. because our showtime is at 7. So it's
you started falling asleep a little after 8.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
All of that blame is on me.
Yeah.
I was very surprised with how full our theater was.
It was packed.
When we got tickets earlier in the day, it was almost an empty theater. And then when we got there, it was full. Like, I don't know if there was any empty seats by the time the movie started.
It was ridiculously
packed. And most of it was elderly people, from what I saw. Yes. Like, the entire row in front of us was elderly people. And the people next to me were not elderly. They were older, but they wouldn't stop talking. Mm-hmm. They kept doing the thing where they were guessing what was about to happen and guessing what the solution was. And
what the twist was.
Yeah, and I got to hear that the entire movie.
I think it's fine if you do that in the comfort of your own home.
How close were they?
I mean, they were guessing things as they were being revealed in the scene. Like, say, like, oh my god, it was the wrench, and then they show the wrench. Yeah. Like, it was things like that.
That didn't actually happen.
Yeah, no.
There's no wrench?
There is no wrench in this film.
There's no Mr. Plum. Fucking, it is not Clue canon.
God damn it.
Boycott this movie.
I would say if you're into that genre, if you want to see Chris Evans curse
he was
and swear,
amazing.
I was telling you after it, I am glad he is released from the mouse's clutches at this point. He can do other things that isn't America's ass. Like, he can be funny and a little more, not raunchy, but, like, he can have an edge to him again.
Yeah.
Because before Captain America and stuff, he was like the bad boy in a lot of movies, and now he can go back to doing that.
I just remember him in Not Another Teen Movie.
Yep. The whipped cream crotch.
Yes.
Yep.
The banana.
Yeah, he can go back to doing that.
I don't want that, but
I do.
Everyone
does.
I want that, but more.
There was one scene where Chris Evans was wearing like a really like nice like cable knit sweater. It was huge, but like you could see him like bursting out of it still. I'm like, you're still Captain America.
Yes.
I know you're wearing like
he's a thick boy.
Sweaters and coats to try to look like a normal person, but I see it. You're not a normal person.
You're a thick boy.
Fuck. He was distracting.
Yeah, he was cute.
He was a cute boy.
Yeah.
So I'd say go see it.
I
think you're the
I
same.
enjoyed it. I questioned some of the story choices, but I did overall enjoy it. I liked the genre, and I think it was a good interpretation of it. A good, more humorous interpretation of what I'm used to.
It takes, like the detective isn't this stoic, all serious.
Poirot.
Yeah, he is a more lighthearted, and the movie kind of pokes fun at him.
His accent, Daniel Craig's accent was a little weird, but it reminded me of The Office. There's an episode where they do a murder mystery game, and Michael Scott does this, like, Savannah accent.
Yes.
It sounded like that, and it was great. because it was stupid.
It was interesting, but as soon as he started talking in the movie, I don't know if you heard it, but our theater, there were a lot of people that started like murmuring as soon as he started talking. And I heard a couple people distinctly say, "What is that accent?"
Yeah.
In our theater.
Because it was like, to me, it was a Savannah accent, but they kept calling it like a Kentucky accent in the movie. And I was like, no, it's neither. Well, it's just weird.
Do you want to rate it now? Or...
Yeah, sure.
Okay, out of 10 go boards.
Yes. I would give it an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
I was probably going to go about 7 out of 10.
Okay.
So, above average, but yeah. It's not going to be near my top 3 contention.
Yeah. It's really good. It's worth seeing. Even if you're not in the genre, it's still funny. I think it's very... Someone on Reddit said it perfectly encapsulates present-day America.
Yeah.
So, I'll leave it at that.
I'll agree with that.
You guys are going to see it, though, Rob, at some point?
Yeah, I'd say at some point we'll probably see it.
I think you guys would enjoy it.
Yeah, I think we will as well. Yeah. But when?
Yeah. That is your life at this point. When can I do thing?
Yeah, it's gonna be real, especially given that we don't have a lot of family, so it makes it a little more challenging.
Just move back to Vegas.
It's not happening anytime soon.
If that happens, I will suck it up and babysit.
You're such a doll. Thank you.
Will
Thank you for that.
I mean, if it means my friends come back, I don't have very many of them. If we're gonna get real here, I don't have very many friends. I'd
Just
like
cut
my
that
friends
whole part
to live
out.
here. Yeah.
No, I know what you mean, but
Yeah. No, you guys do what's right for you.
I will do my best to do what's right for us. There we go. Those are words.
I can change a mean diaper. I'll just say that.
What about a happy diaper?
There's no such thing as a happy diaper. Come on. Fuck.
Yeah. For the first year, it's just it's a colored fluid of some sort.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Did you goof there, bud?
I did.
Okay,
Come on, man.
It's fine.
He had me on the ropes, and I was like, I know the next thing I'm due is gonna fuck me, so I gotta play smart here.
And you did.
There's still an opportunity. I still can do this.
Yeah.
Do you want to draw this? Because this is pretty...
What the fuck?
We have another topic.
Yeah, fuck you.
Oh, wait, no topic? What's the next topic?
BoJack.
Oh, BoJackman. That's right. Okay, yeah.
BoJackman.
BoJackman.
BoJibbles. So,
Brother
spoilers.
of Jeff Jackman.
Spoilers for the entirety of BoJack up until this point.
That is a layered joke.
Okay,
Yeah, no, I
Jake.
got it. It was.
We're talking about BoJack season 6 as it is so far. Spoilers. Check the timestamps, and we're getting into it. Brittany, I know you really liked episode 7.
Oh, stop it! Stop it!
Because that had the very heavy Diane like kind of opening scene.
Stop it!
And it was a little too real for you.
Stop it!
Okay.
We did not talk about the same thing last night. Ooh.
Which part are you talking about? I don't remember episode 7 very well. I only watched it about an hour ago.
Please explain, Brittany.
No, you explain. I'm upset.
It was when Guy was leaving for the Galapagos Islands.
The something bikini.
The turtle bikini
edition
shoot
of a
for National Geographic.
National Geographic, that's
Yes.
right.
And they were talking about Diane taking antidepressants and about how she's depressed and
She doesn't want to.
she doesn't want to admit it, and she doesn't know if antidepressants will really be a fix for it, and if that will just lead to other
And all the
issues.
side effects of them. Stop it.
So it's just a very real conversation in that show that
I
kind of
didn't
came out
cry.
of nowhere.
I didn't cry at all.
But that episode, aside from that, like it was a lot of
It was such a good episode.
just BoJack. It was probably the most lighthearted episode of the season.
I thought the opposite.
I don't know.
I thought it was really heavy.
Maybe for you, but it just like it was just BoJack. We finally saw Hollyhock this season,
That was nice.
and it was nice. BoJack saw Diane, and they were like just friends. Like
I'm
you said.
nervous because I feel like they're started to set up like he's trying to make amends with people like for real this time,
Yeah.
not like how he did when he was with Sarah Lynn.
Yes.
but then all this stuff is coming out in
Spoilers, yeah.
episode 8.
That's what I was really curious about, because by the time episode 8 rolls around, things are looking pretty resolved. He's admitting he's older now with his colored hair. Mm-hmm. He is leaving California. He has a normal, quote unquote normal. He is a professor now. He's not trying to become this big actor again in California. Mm-hmm. He is just kind of...
He's trying to be happy.
He's trying to change things and be different for once. And all of this stuff is building, like the intro to episode 8. I don't know how you felt about it, Rob, but it just was really random. And came out, like, I did not know what was going on at the beginning of episode 8. That was, like, the old-timey reporters.
I did not like episode 8
at
all.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that.
Yeah, I mean, I get, finally, by the end of episode 8, I got what they were kind of building to, and the reveal that they were trying to do. But yeah, just in the episode, I was like, this seems like a very weird point to introduce these new characters and this new dynamic and this whole thing. But I think... when season 6 is kind of said and done and you can binge watch the entire thing, it'll probably not feel as...
out of place.
Yeah. That's what I think.
I can't tell if it's like a bit that's going to pay off later or if it was just like a not so great bit that just happened in this episode. Like the whole conversation before they introduced what they were going to actually do a story on. I hope it's a bit that plays off later, or maybe I just don't get it.
I mean, do you not get what they're doing?
They're just being like a old-timey, like, reporters investigating Sarah Lynn's death.
And, like, where they are?
They're in New Mexico.
They're in Mexico.
Yeah.
They head towards BoJack,
that,
right?
But, like, I mean, like, the thematic thing about them being, like, 19 whatever reporters.
No, I think that's just kind of like a
shitty bit?
Yeah, that's all I think that is.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, is this, like, some kind of bit that I'm not getting?
I think that they just thought it would be funny to include, and that's why they're doing it.
Okay, that's what I'm not sure of, because I feel like they've never done anything like that, where they introduced a bit that didn't have a purpose.
Yeah, I mean, so far that's what it seems like. I mean, the only kind of purpose I could think of in this is that, like, they're super on the case, and they're going to get the job done no matter what, and...
I don't know, it's weird.
Old-time references, I don't know, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but... I don't want them to investigate it. I want them to let him get better.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. Like, you were screaming at the TV, like, as it was ending. You're like, but he's trying now. He's doing better.
Because the last scene of season 8 was when that kid was talking to Hollyhock about when he went to prom.
I didn't get that he was the same kid until, like, towards the end of the conversation. I was like, oh, yeah. That happened with Charlotte.
As he was explaining the story, I was like, oh, fuck, that's what happened before the Charlotte shit happened.
Yeah. Fuck. I don't know, like, did you remember that at all, Rob? Or is that kind of fuzzy?
You didn't watch some seasons, right?
Charlotte is the hairdresser, right?
No, that's Sharona. Charlotte is the deer.
Was a deer that
Olivia
BoJack
Wilde.
Was really good friends with.
She dated Herb early on.
Yeah, but
It sounds familiar.
BoJack always had a thing for her. So I can't remember which season it was. I think season 2. He goes to New Mexico to see Charlotte. Charlotte has a teenage daughter.
Penny.
Yes. That BoJack gets a little too comfortable with.
Yes. That's a uncomfortable way to put it.
It was probably like his lowest moment to me.
Isn't that like the F word that they used that season was Charlotte telling BoJack to get the fuck out of her house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one F word that season.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty
There's only one, yeah.
So, I mean, it's...
God, I was so upset when that conversation was happening.
But it's a tough situation because it's...
He did fuck up.
He did fuck up, and he is now making amends for other issues and demons he's dealt with, but does that absolve him for these other issues and demons that have not come to light yet?
Yeah.
It's just, do we feel bad for him? Mm-hmm. Does he need this to happen? Like, I don't know where I feel about it.
He's making amends for the people that are still in his life. Diane, Todd, but Charlotte and Penny, like, don't acknowledge him. Sarah Lynn is dead. He can't really make amends with those people because he fucked up too bad, I think. He's flipping off his computer right now, Rob.
Yeah.
Assuming you lost.
Surrender. Surrender.
Oh.
You have no pieces.
What is that? Is that just his king?
That's his king. That's it.
I'm gonna laugh if he still wins.
How?
I don't know.
Pause for chess playing for once. And now you fucking run.
I can't go anywhere else.
Yeah, I know you can't go anywhere else. You're about to die. Jesus. Thank you.
Now there was two moves I made that I fucked up on. One of them was moving my rook in front of your bishop, and then the other one was when I took one of your pawns with my rook, and I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah. No, when I let my queen die early on, I was instantly like, God damn it! I had kind of a lead, and now I blew it.
Yeah, no, and I wasn't actually. I think the funny part is I think we actually play be much more interesting, like if we just played, because what ends up happening is one of us is talking about something, we're not paying as much attention, but we still make moves, and it's like, well, fuck.
Yes, that is chess talk. Thanks for breaking the code.
Yeah, yeah. So is she gone still?
No, she's back. She's already eating.
Okay, she's the worst. She's the worst. Oh wait, she's back. Oh shit.
She has wireless headphones anyway, so she heard that entire thing.
Well, damn it.
So listeners, depending on how much that stayed in, I won. I broke my losing streak. I'm back on top. Just kidding. Yeah.
No,
let's just say numbers are very subjective.
I do think 20 is greater than 14.
I don't know about that.
Math is hard. It's okay.
I'm not a math major or anything.
I don't do any mathematics on the regular, but...
So, season 6, I was, like I said, at the beginning of episode 8, I was very curious as to what the entire second half was going to be about. Mm-hmm. And now that I've finished episode 8, I'm very sad with what the entire second half of season 6 is going to be about. Mm-hmm. Because it's hard to watch him get better and still, like, past BoJack is going to kick present BoJack in the nuts repeatedly.
I hope that it's going to show that he can stay strong through it all and, like,
I don't know.
Not resort back to alcohol.
I don't know if this is going to have a happy ending. I
don't know. What did you think, Rob?
No, I think that's a pretty apt thing that's going to happen. I think it's going to be interesting how it plays out. We'll see. I mean, this is the quintessential problem of addiction and everything else, is that you do all of these things and you get better and like, I'm on the up and up, I'm doing great, and then life's like, no, that's not quite that way. So yeah. I'm interested to see kind of how it goes. Hopefully it's interesting.
Yeah. On the lighter end of it, season 8 felt almost like a series finale with how many episode 8. That felt almost like a series finale in the fact that they kept bringing back these older characters that we haven't seen for a while. I know Brittany, the episode broke her when Pickles was calling Mr. Peanut Butter, and he called her my little gherkin.
Yeah.
That was my favorite joke of all time.
Yeah.
So I think these episodes, these 8 episodes were pretty solid, I think.
Yeah.
All the way through. Whereas I felt with episode 5, there were definitely like highs and lows. This one just all felt very consistent, which I think was kind of a BoJack staple. So I don't know if we have too much more to say on it or if we're ready to rate it. I am very much looking forward to the second half.
Same.
Yeah.
So are we ready to rate it? Are we going to count this in the Chestnut Awards?
Yes.
No, it's not finished.
Ooh, contention.
It's good, but it's not finished. So I would say to make a distinction on it, you have to like watch all of it and think. And next year it'll be.
So next year it'll count.
This is what the Emmys does.
Yes.
Fuck that.
Hey man, rules. If it's valid this year, then that means next year, if it's really really good, it can't do it for 2 years.
That's true.
That's how the Emmys does it. Adele was nominated like 4 years in a row for the same song.
Hey man, but
that
that's more like
I don't know. It's
or
not all the
Grammys.
awards. They're all the same. No, fucking whatever.
But I mean, if it would be different if this first 8 episodes were season 6, and the next 8 were season 7, obviously.
Yeah,
but it is the same thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Fine.
So,
Fine.
we can still rate it, but based on what Rob is saying, and it makes sense, we cannot count this as...
Consistency, yo.
Yeah, this cannot be the show of the year, because it is not done.
Correct.
Fine.
So for the first half of season 6, BoJack Horseman, what would you rate it?
Out of 10 Cinnabunnies.
Yeah.
That was fine.
Out of 10 asexual dating apps.
Did he ever say the name of it?
Oh, hold on. No,
We're
Pesto,
not
Pesto.
allowed to say that because
Yeah, hold on a
Pesto.
Cinnabunnies.
Out of 10
Cinnabunnies.
working single moms. Out of 10,
Cinnabunnies.
what's the white whale? Out of 10 corporate conglomerates.
Well,
10 Trump Towers.
Was it White Whale? Wasn't that what it was called?
I think
Yeah.
so, yeah. Out of 10 white whales. Out of 10 Cinnabunnies.
Yes, thank you.
Rob, hit me with it.
I'm gonna say 9 out of 10 so far.
I would agree. Yeah. Like I said, I think it's very consistent. I do think that this is a hard show to rewatch, and I think that's what is causing me to not give it a perfect 10 out of 10. But yeah, I think 9 is good. If you have Netflix, you should be watching BoJack at this point.
Correct. Yeah, I definitely think there's no reason not to watch the show. It's very relatable, I think, for most people too.
Speaking of Brittany,
9 out of
what
10.
Okay.
Okay.
No more thoughts.
yeah. So 9 out of
Sad.
10. But again, and as Rob has pointed out, we will not be talking about it for the awards. Well, probably will, but it cannot be nominated as it is not finished. Rob has spoken.
I am the law.
I am the law. Okay, still home.
That's right. You know what it is.
So that's it for this week, 225. Thanks for listening. Thanks for enduring. Hope you have a good Thanksgiving, as that's tomorrow by the time this is out.
Oh yeah.
So enjoy that. Don't get murdered on Black Friday.
Yeah. Don't be dumb.
The TV is not worth it. Just buy it online, like I'm going to do.
You're buying a TV?
Yeah, we found a couple good options. We're trying to, because we have an older, like 50-inch TV, but it's pretty bulky, and it
Uses a lot of power.
It does. Like when you walk by it, you feel the heat coming off of it.
That's
But it
problematic.
was free.
Yes. Yeah, it was free. So I'm looking to get like a 65-inch 4K TV, and they're pretty reasonably priced at this point.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just prepare yourself for ads in your TV.
I don't want a smart TV. This is a contention between Brittany and I.
Good
What do you
luck.
mean ads?
I looked,
If
and
you
there's
ha-
not many.
There is, though. If you have a smart TV and you're using the apps, there are ads that appear now in the smart TV.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Even though
Yeah.
you're like paying for the service?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
No. Like literally, not the service. Like your TV actually
Yeah.
displays ads.
Like if you're on the home
Oh.
screen of your TV, there will be like banner ads promoting different
Yes.
shows.
But not like while you're in the middle of like Netflix or something.
No.
No.
Okay.
But still, it's ads on a TV.
Fine. As
I don't want
long as
smart.
it's a good quality that I don't have to pay the majority of our power bill for.
Yes. So don't get murdered on Black Friday. Enjoy some turkey. We will be back next week talking about some things.
Walmart's Black Friday deals are already live.
Yes.
Check them out now.
Play-
Some
Yeah,
so
things
it's-
are already sold out.
And if you've got Target red card, so is Target stuff, because baby things.
Woo, parenting.
Take it from experience.
Yeah, don't go.
I know PlayStation is also doing their Black Friday stuff already. So if you're into any games, I know Destiny has a lot of sales, Dragon Ball, a lot of sales. Check it out. We'll be back next week talking about probably a movie and some other things. So we'll see you then.
Yeet.
Bye.
Bye.